Hello, beautiful human. Thank you so much for clicking on our interview with Kiana Ledé. She's incredibly talented, and I had no idea that I was so connected to her. When she was originally pitched to come on the show, I didn't connect the dots, but she dated Luke Brooks, and I was friends with his brother. She gets into all of that. She gets into all of her music. She is so open. She is so honest. I think you're going to enjoy this, and I learned a lot about love and relationships. Please leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. We have a podcast link in the description below, and it would be really cool if you subscribed. Please, please, please. Okay, enjoy.
Let's do this. Zach Sang Show.
Yeah, it is a Zach Sang Show. We got Heather, we got Dan, and we have Kiana Ledé.
Hey. Yo, what up, what up, what up?
Very weird that I haven't seen you in many moons.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 years maybe now.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. And I didn't know that I knew you until I started doing research on you and listening to your music. So I was like, oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
Connected those dots.
Yeah, how do you guys know each other again?
So we met in New York, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
It was in New York first.
That was definitely the first place we met.
Yeah, and then you came over to our house when you were in LA.
Yeah.
But New York was the first time we met. And I was dating
Luke Brooks.
Luke Brooks.
Wow.
Brooks, yeah.
Luke Brooks.
Luke Brooks. And
So cool.
he was friends with them and
Yes.
came in the car. I think that was actually the first time we met.
That was
in a
it.
car, in a black car.
Yeah, they were touring. They used to do shows.
Yeah.
And it was
yeah.
crazy.
We saw
Oh,
that show.
actually, the New York show was where I got spit on, which is super cool.
Someone
I
spit on you?
remember
Yeah.
hearing about this. And there's
Someone
so
spit on
much
me.
drama.
Why?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I just dated the wrong person, I guess. They were not happy about that.
Janoskian fans are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were crazy.
They were crazy.
Because do they even have fans still? I don't even.
I don't know if they do
Yeah, they
much
have like
anymore.
a pretty solid core fan base. It's like ride or die for them.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The ironic thing, though, is that they are not liked very much in Australia.
Really?
And they're from Australia. I have so many friends over there, and when I would meet my friends or see people from Australia, they'd be like, the Janoskians, you know them? They'd be like, yeah, there's those assholes that, like, you know, pull pranks in the middle of the road and, like, shut down the mall.
Yeah.
That-
I mean,
But that's okay. That's kind of what they do.
yeah. It's like I like pranking people in my house. Like if you're in my house, you better be ready to be like scared.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. So like all of Australia is just like a bigger version of that, honestly.
They would do this one prank where they pretended to have a string that they would hold from one side of the street to the other, and like it would just throw cars off. It would cause traffic jams.
Funny.
It is funny unless you're living it.
Yeah, it's funny when you're watching it too. I mean, that's why they have like millions and millions of views on their videos because
true.
it's so entertaining.
I guess.
So, question. Fair Play, that is a single. It's a great record.
Mm-hmm.
It is about being in love. It's about you being in, I mean, like, you think the person's loyal, right? And even though you know this relationship is really dwindling down and dying out, you try to salvage whatever you can.
Yeah.
Is that related to Luke?
It's about
Yeah,
him.
it's about him.
Wow. Can you, okay, cool. Well,
I'm like an open book.
no,
Sorry.
let's dive right in. I want to know, like,
Sorry.
so you're
We're cool now, by the way.
Yeah.
Luke and I are cool. We talk. It's cool.
That's great. Love is love and art is art.
Yeah.
In this relationship, are you taking notes of your feelings as it's happening, or does the relationship end and you then kind of go away and process separately?
I mean, I was so hurt that I was just like in this really rebellious phase. Like, I just want to hurt you as bad as you hurt me. In like the very back of my mind, because it was also like, I need to like maybe hook up with other people or just talk to other people or have sex with this other guy just to like forget about him and like distract myself from the pain. You know?
I get it.
So I wrote that song when I was like just really angry and I was in like a really you moment
Were
after
you
that.
broken up with him at the time?
Yeah, I broke up with him immediately.
Did he cheat on you?
Yeah.
Jerk.
How long
jerk.
after that does the song come to life?
That song I wrote probably 6 months. No,
After?
not even. Maybe like 4 to 6 months after.
How hard was that
really quick.
reflection?
not that hard. Like I said, I'm a really open book. So like I feel like I'm a very self-aware person too. Like I know once I understand what I'm thinking, like I can't get over it until I like fix it, you know? So I knew exactly how I was feeling, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna like write about it.
What was fair?
well, yeah.
What was fair play in your healing process? Was it kind of like the final step?
No, it was the first step.
Got it.
It was the first. No, maybe the second. So it's kind of like the whole EP and that whole year was kind of like the 5 stages of grief. First, I was like really sad and really depressed, and like I didn't want to do anything. I felt really down about myself. And the next stage was kind of like the you,
The
I
anger,
hate you,
yeah.
I'm the that kind of thing.
And what was the final stage?
Acceptance and relief, and just kind of realizing that it is what it is. And as much as I wanted him to be that person that like really lifted me up and like brought me to a better place and was like a positive influence in my life, he wasn't. And even though I knew there was potential for that, and that I just had to kind of move on, and writing all of those songs made me feel better.
What
Now I'm
song off of Selfless is attached to that final stage of the acceptance stage of healing?
I would say the one that's close, well, there's 2 different ones for different reasons. One is Shame, because it's about me realizing that he learned so much from what he did to me that the next girl is going to see the benefits from everything that he did. And
how it
I won't
always
get to see
happens.
the good parts and the good things that he learned from like me over so bad.
Yeah, it's your feelings, your hard work, your
Yeah,
investment.
Exactly.
Pretty much going to somebody else.
Exactly. So I wrote that just kind of being like, yeah, that sucks and whatever.
But
It's cool.
when you think that, and you think that he's a better person at the end of all of this, is there a thought that enters your mind where you're like, maybe I should get back together with him then? Right?
No. We got together when we were super young. I was 16, he was 18. And we grew so much just in different ways. That by the end of the 3 years, we were together for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, we were just completely different people. And the things that brought us together before just didn't exist anymore. So I think it was just like there was not really a reason for me to try again. You know,
I understand
just knew
that.
he wasn't going to be that person, and on top of that, he wasn't loyal to me. So it just wasn't the right fit. But something really bad had to happen for me to be able to let that go, because I'm such a loyal person. Like I will just try and fix and fix and fix and
It's
mend
sick.
and mend and mend and grow and until like I beat it to death.
But ultimately, if you're loyal to something or someone that ultimately like doesn't deserve that loyalty, you can keep throwing things at it all day and all night, but you're ultimately going to stay in the same place.
Yeah.
You've always been.
Yeah, and I think I'm really good at that part, because that's like the Aries side of me, where I'm like, I have the tattoo on the back of my neck, because even if astrology isn't real, I love everything about the Aries sign and my sign, and
Fair enough.
it explains me to a T. But I'm like a super loyal person, but then once you show me something that I don't like or I think is disloyal or dishonest, I will just like totally cut it off. I'll be like, no, okay, I'm done.
So
And
you
I
have
won't even turn.
So you have a breaking point.
Yeah, I definitely have a breaking point.
Was there any want to go back to him because of your loyalty?
At first there was. So I was really sad. My mom had to come oh man. My mom had to come down from Phoenix and like watch me and make sure I was eating and stuff, because I was just like so down. What was the question again? I already forgot it.
Did you want to go back to him? Is there
Oh,
any
right.
point you want to go back?
So at first I was like, I could do this. I could go back to him because he's my first love,
Yeah.
you know? Like everybody wants to make it work with the first person they've ever been with. And I really wanted to make it work. But after many, many, many conversations with my mother, I realized that I couldn't go back because it just wasn't a good idea. Wasn't a good fit. But also, the main reason I didn't go back was because there were so many of my girlfriends that I had told, that dude, don't go back to him. He disrespected you.
Yes.
He's an asshole. You don't do that to my girl. Yeah. And then if I were to just go back on everything I said for myself, what would they think of me? And like, what would women think of me? And what would women think about themselves? Like, I'm the person that has like so much pride in like my friends and myself. And then I'm gonna let somebody do that to me? That's just not what I do. I don't think it'd be a good idea.
Is your loyalty a blessing or a curse?
I think it's both a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because I will forever be tortured and I will forever think about the fact that I couldn't make it work, whether it was a friend or a family member or a boyfriend, that I just couldn't make that relationship like work. I couldn't make it last. But it's also a blessing because when you are, sometimes, not all the time, but when you are that loyal to other people, you kind of, what you put out, you get back.
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of people that I have in my life that I'm so lucky to have because I've been so loyal to them that they return that same respect and loyalty.
I didn't know that he really heavily inspired the EP. This whole relationship is selfless?
No. There is maybe one or two songs about him. Yeah, I guess Fair Play and Shame. And the rest of the songs are about guys that I've been with after him and up until this point in my life, and just kind of the amount of growth and things that I realized from each of those people, whether I was dating them or just seeing them or hooking up with them or whatever. The things that I realized about myself and my relationship with other people in each song.
So you learn. So what's the biggest thing you learned from the relationship with Luke?
I think the biggest thing I learned would be to respect myself and love myself. There was a lot of issues that we had, and I didn't leave when I should have because I was so focused on making it work. And now, and when it ended like that, it was like, what the f-? You know? Yeah. So now the way that I look at it is like, don't ever feel, not stuck, but I'm gonna use that word. Don't ever feel stuck. Don't ever feel like you're not worth the effort or the time.
Understood.
Yeah, I guess I would say that.
What was the most valuable lesson that you got from relationships that followed?
I think in general, the last like maybe a year and a half now, has really just been about loving myself. And that's why I called the EP Selfless, because I realized with all these little flings and relationships with other people, I give so much of myself to every person I come in contact with, that I don't ever leave any room for myself to like understand myself and love myself and respect myself, to the point where I didn't really have a sense of self and I was selfless in that way. I just give a lot. I give a lot emotionally.
Would you say that's a curse, right? Because I think there needs to be a balance.
Yeah, but like, so I'm a relationship person. I like being in relationships. And like, people are always like, oh, that's so bad. Like, you need to learn to be independent. And I am independent. Like, I handle my own shit, but like, I just like having a partner.
Yeah, I get it.
But people were like, oh, you need to learn to be by yourself. You aren't good unless you're by yourself. And I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, like, I would rather love and give to whoever I come in contact with than like be jaded and be like shut off to everyone, because I'm actually experiencing life in like the most beautiful way by loving people.
Which is beautiful, but people can take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I've been taken advantage of. The thing is, I think, so I moved out here when I was 16 by myself.
Which is crazy, by the way. And your whole story is crazy, too.
Thanks.
Like, you had a Kids Bop star and like a
Nice.
you had 2 talent competitions that you won,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Mr. Chris Allen offering you an RCA record deal. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick. He came to my high school and everything.
Well,
Did like a big assembly
The Chris
as
Allen?
a freshman.
Oh, you're instantly the most popular.
Instantly. No, everyone was just like, "Oh, you're the singing girl."
Wait, so you win this competition in high school, right?
Yeah.
And it's then you move to Los Angeles on your own?
Yeah. So I won the competition. I was going back and forth for like a year when I was 15 slash 16. I moved out here when I was like 16 and a half. But I went back and forth for like the first year. I was like, I don't know how I did it, honestly. I was on tour with Kids Bop and then was going back and forth. So I would stay here for like a month and then go back home for like 2 months and then stay here for a month. I had a friend that lived in North Hollywood, so I just stayed with him.
And no parents?
No, my stepdad would take me for like the first couple months. He would drive me out here every weekend. Like he's just like the best guy in the world.
wow.
He would
Bless
drive me
him.
here every weekend for auditions and
crazy.
sessions, like whatever I had. Or my parents, we didn't really have money, and they would somehow like buy plane tickets. Like my mom would find super cheap plane tickets so I could fly here for like a week and miss a week of school and like do sessions for a week.
That's great.
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
It's investment.
Then, yeah, my mom just believes in me. So she's like, I mean, this is pretty typical, but like my mom is like my number one fan, like to an extreme.
But it's paying off.
100%. 100%. I wouldn't be doing this if my mom didn't believe in me as much as she did, you know?
It's cool.
It's insane.
You're not scared when you're 16 here alone?
No.
Navigating Hollywood with I mean, you had a record deal, right?
Yeah. I got signed when I was 15, yeah.
That's...
I was not scared. I was ready. Like, I just feel like since I was like 10, since I knew what like the outside world was, I was like, I want to be there. I want to be working. I want to be playing music all the time. It didn't scare me. And nothing really scares me.
Your fearlessness slightly inspiring me right now, because that's a big deal. I mean, I remember coming here alone too when I was around the same age, but I was still nervous and I wasn't living here. I was here for smaller periods of time trying to figure it out. But really impressive that
Thanks.
like,
I mean, I think
you did it on your own.
Part of the thing is we moved around a lot when I was a kid. So like I was used to meeting new people all
Yeah.
the time and being in a different environment every at least 5 years.
And adapting.
So like I don't feel comfortable when I'm sitting in the same place for too long. And I think that was kind of the point where I was at. I was like, man, I'm in Phoenix. There's nothing to do here.
It's Phoenix.
It's Phoenix.
It's so hot.
So like, yeah, I was like, I need to do something new. I mean, I've been to every city in Phoenix now at this point. Where else am I gonna go? And I was just ready. I was ready to just be somewhere else and like adapt and meet new people and just become like this whole other person and learn more about this like new person that I was becoming.
Now, okay, so you're here at 16, you win these two competitions, you have an RCA record deal. Are you still with them now?
No, I'm with
Latest-
Republic now.
Oh, cool. So you're with Republic, you get Scream Queens.
No, Scream.
No, Scream. I'm so sorry.
It's
Scream.
fine. Everyone gets them confused.
No, they probably don't.
No, they do, because we both filmed in New Orleans at the same time too. So it was just
funny,
like
yeah.
we were on air at the same time. It was a confusing time for everyone.
But you get Scream, which is a big validating move in your career.
Yeah.
Does that push you into the Republic space? Does that push you onto top of people's radar?
No, I signed with Republic probably right before I got Scream.
Cool.
I signed with them. They really started paying attention. Well, all the labels started paying attention once one of my covers went viral, the Hotline Bling cover,
Yeah.
which was a year after we started doing the soul food covers. So that was crazy. But that one gained a lot of traction, and then all the labels started calling. But after I left RCA, well, I got dropped from RCA, you guys.
Happens.
It does happen, but I'm so happy it happened. After I got dropped, I was like, the only other place I want to be is Republic, because I saw what they were doing with their artists. I liked how they allowed their artists to be themselves while like, and allowing them to like cultivate that and become that, but also taking them to like a mainstream platform.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's f***ing awesome. I loved that. So after I got dropped, I was like, yeah, that's the only other place I would want to be, because my RCA deal, they wanted me to be like a pop princess, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I have so much soul. I love R&B. I love like soul music. It's just not what I want to do.
You love cursing.
I love cursing. I fucking love cursing.
And it comes through in these records. Like, it really does. There's a lot
my love of cursing comes through.
There's curse words in there. It's
explicit.
There's a good parental advisory right there on the cover.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of soul. There's a lot of real, and it's very raw. They're great records. Like,
Thanks.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I was first, I didn't know that I knew you when they first were like, she's coming by, and then I was like, at first I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll figure this one out. And then I started listening, and I'm like, whoa. Like, this is something real. Like, there's depth here, and it's nice.
Thanks.
But it is a crowded space, the R&B kind of soul world. Would you consider SZA in your lane?
Yes and no. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of women who are bringing back R&B, which is super exciting.
Needed.
But we all kind of do a different thing.
Yeah.
The cool thing about like our generation is we listen to so many different types of music, and there are so many different other influences from other generations that we're bringing into ours, that everyone kind of has like a twisted version of whatever we're doing. So like, yes, SZA is R&B, yes, LMA is R&B, yes, Kehlani is R&B, Janae R&B, but they're all so different in like such intricate and interesting ways.
I get that.
You know?
And their stories are different too.
Yeah. And I just believe that there's a place for each of us. Like 100%. Everybody's going to have their favorite. Everyone's going to love a different type of R&B. It's not all the same.
So when you're going on these relationships, like, do you make mental notes? Like when you're going on dates with people, and then you just go back and write records later, or how do
honestly, it happens in conversations, most of these things. Like, most of the things that I write about are things that I've said either in the studio, talking about, like, having my mini therapy sessions with people that I'm writing with, or, like, something that I'm talking about with my friends that I'm like, I say something, and then I'll be like, yeah, I really feel that. Okay, I'm going to write that down and make sure I can write about it later. Because it really is just therapy. It's just, like, an extra form of therapy.
I love the artwork too. The photo of you on the cover is beautiful.
Thank you.
What color would you consider your eyes? I mean, not consider. I mean, it's a fact. It's probably like hazel. Or something.
Hazel, yeah. Green or hazel.
They're very nice.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
Good eyes.
Drake said, Kiki, do you love me? And you say, Kiki, this is bullshit. You Kiki'd first, really.
I did Kiki first.
Wow.
So, like, what
Well,
about Drake's
Kiki's my
Kiki?
nickname.
Oh, okay.
That's what everyone back at home calls me.
Confirm, Drake is talking about you.
You know what's funny is for like a week, I was like, oh, this has got to be about me.
Duh.
It's definitely about me.
Have you met
And I
him?
was like, I'm going with it until I meet this bitch face to face. This other Kiki face to face.
But is there a reason
Nah.
that it could be about you? Do you know him?
No, there's no way.
Have you ever met him?
We already said. Didn't people already figure out who it was about?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I've heard I've heard it's the 106 in Park girl and someone this R&B singer from Toronto.
Oh.
Could be either one.
So not you.
No, it's definitely not.
That sucks. Do you wish you were that, Kiki?
I do.
It's Drake.
You know what's really funny is the guy that I'm dating now. He was like, we listened to it and we were like, because he also says in the verse, when you popped off on your ex, he deserved it, and everybody knows fair play is about my ex. So I was
Yeah.
like, we do know a lot of the same people.
So you are connected.
We are connected, but I've never met him ever in my life. So it would be like really, there's just like a lot of
I
connections.
hear he
you
has
gotta
a
go
bathtub
through.
the size of a swimming pool.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Anyway.
So,
Very diverse.
so the guy that I'm dating now was like, honestly, if this is about you and you don't f***ing leave me for Drake, I'm gonna be pissed. And I was like,
Love that.
yeah.
He sounds like a keeper.
Yeah, he's great. But he was like, because then, not only did you leave me for Drake, which is like cool to say, I wouldn't really be that pissed, but like I'm like the last stop to Drake. That's
There you
my
go.
new pickup line.
Love it.
Yeah.
These are really tasty.
I agree.
Picture any celebrity with perfect hair. They didn't get that hair on their own. Their stylist recommended Sugar Bear hair. This is the real deal. You've been using it. I know, Heather, you're a little self-conscious about your head of hair.
I am. I don't have the best of hair, but I've been using Sugar Bear hair for a while, and I have noticed my hair is shinier. It has been a little thicker and a little fuller, which is the same thing as thicker.
Have you noticed that your nails are looking shinier and your skin is glowing?
Actually, my nails have been growing so much faster than they usually do.
Really? Mm-hmm. This thing is legit, man. There's thousands of really rave reviews on Amazon. People love it. And it tastes really good. And you wouldn't be able to tell at all that there's as much vitamin A as 4 cups of broccoli.
There's also as much vitamin C as a cup of cranberries.
And as much B12 as 4 organic eggs.
That's crazy.
This is the real deal. Try it out. It's pretty good. I don't need better hair, but they are really tasty.
Wow.
Sorry.
I do.
I have a beautiful head of hair.
And I love it. Sugar bear hair.
I'm blessed. Go to sugarbearhair.com/Zach if you're down to try this out. If you want beautiful hair, if you want a healthier you, that is sugarbearhair.com/Zach. Sugarbearhair.com/Zach. Try it out. So you're in a relationship now. How long have you been with him?
A year and a half.
Is he okay with the possibility of being the subject of songs?
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely already written songs about him
Actively.
actively. Take It All is about him.
Okay, got
nice.
it. But when you do a song on your own that maybe isn't recorded yet, do you run it by him?
No.
Okay.
You know, he has
He's an
approval.
artist too, so he understands that, like, you don't really
Who is he?
get a say. His name is Phil Good.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Like he feel good? Like feel good?
Phil Good.
That's a good name.
I know.
Is that his real name?
He's a very punny Portlander.
Oh my God, he's a hipster.
He's a hipster.
Look at
he
you.
hates being called a hipster, but he's a hipster.
Yeah. He probably eats like only organic everything. Does he have a mustache?
No. Does he have a mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a
my-
mustache. A mustache and a beard.
Knew
But
it.
he's
Like a full beard, or
but
just
he's
like the
super
goatee?
interesting. Yeah, it's like, but it's interesting because his hair. So he's Puerto Rican, Hawaiian,
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
and he has like a red beard and like
Nice.
blonde eyebrows and blue
What?
eyes and like brown hair.
I'm in love and I haven't even seen his face.
I know, I know.
Whoa.
He's like
That's
tricolored.
crazy.
It's really cool.
That is cool. Look at you. I feel like each one of your relationships, like I feel like there's something unique about each person. Outside of like something that's like low key, you know? You had
Yeah.
Luke, he had an accent. That was nice.
That was super interesting.
What
yeah.
is it about those boys that people love? I would never understand that. Like when I would see just the three of them. Like I just see girls like they're always in relationships. They're always doing something with someone.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about them is they are really special people. They have a really special quality about them. I don't know. I feel like they just have this energy
Yeah.
that is so upfront and like warm in such a weird way and accepting. You know what I think it is? I think it's they spend so much time doing crazy shit,
Yeah.
and they've literally shown their dicks on camera that like they have to be open and understanding and honest, and that like that no judgment feeling that you get from them when you meet them is such a special thing, and that's why people love them.
Which, by the way, I know that the two of them are very generously gifted in the down below.
Can you confirm or deny?
Can't we all?
I plead the fifth.
It's okay. I know. It's all good.
He can confirm.
I can't. Well, only Jay. To be honest, I haven't. You know what I mean. I haven't seen Luke's. I haven't. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I wonder
stop
if
talking.
twins have
They're
the same
I was gonna
size
say
ding
they're
dong.
twins.
Well, that's
so.
what I was wondering. So I would say so. They're also Australian.
What's up,
They breed
dude?
Yeah, what does
something-
that mean?
Yeah. They
They're
breed
also
something
Australian.
down-
Do Australians have big penises?
I think they breed something down there.
Oh,
Thunder Down Under. You know that show?
yeah.
I feel like it's just like a
I've never been.
one point in their lineage. It just crossed with like a kangaroo
Have
or
you been to
something.
Thunder Down Under?
The
No.
kangaroo.
Are you sure?
I haven't. No, I should go though. I'd probably love it.
You'd probably love it.
Have you been to Australia?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I went there. I stayed there for like 2.5 weeks. It was great.
Oh wow.
It was really pretty.
I've never been. I hear it's beautiful.
And I I waited outside the house for like maybe an hour and a half every single day I was there to see a kangaroo.
And none?
I saw two
Yeah.
kangaroos.
That, I mean,
They're kind of like bunnies.
it's better than none.
Like rabbits. Like you rarely ever see them, you know? But I did see two, and there was a joey.
oh baby.
It was a little baby one with the mama one, and they were just like kind of hopping around in the back, which was super cool. But then as soon as I left, Luke and his family dropped me off at the airport. He stayed there for a couple days, and dropped me off at the airport. And he's driving, and I get to my gate, and he texts me. He's like, "You, as soon as we dropped you off, there was like a whole herd of kangaroos that just like jumped past the car." And I was like, "That would happen. It would."
ASAP Ferg, you get back his feature on the
Yeah.
remix. Your initial thoughts?
Loved it.
no notes? You're like, this is it?
No notes.
It's a big deal to get him on a record.
Yeah, I was happy that he liked it enough to be on it. Honestly,
It's pretty cool.
it was pretty cool.
It's not bad.
Why did somebody else like turn you down before him?
No, I just. Okay, here's the thing about me. I have this like thought in the back of my head where I'm like, okay, I really like this. I could like this all day long, but once somebody else listens to it, I have no idea how they're gonna react. Like, that was my biggest worry about putting out the EP in general. It's like such a scary thing because it is so personal to me that it's like, it's not like people are just judging my music, they're judging my character and my story and the that I've been through at this point. So like, I could really with it because I've been through it, but are people actually gonna feel it? I have no idea. So the fact that he liked it enough to be like, yeah, I want to get on this, was like so cool to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. He likes it too. Yeah. You know?
It's validating.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's very relatable. A lot of people have been through the same stuff. You just get to sing about it.
Exactly.
And she's lived it.
Well,
Yeah.
of course she's lived it.
Yes.
That's why she's singing about it. I just can't believe he cheated on you. Who could cheat on you?
Thank you.
She thinks the same thing.
I mean, the thing is, sorry, men ain't most of the time.
You're right.
Okay, even the smartest guys are dumb as and they don't know anything. Women are awesome. You know that whole, what was that saying when you were a kid? Like, boys go to
Boys
Jupiter
go
to
to-
get more stupider.
Girls go to Mars to get more stars. Is that the one?
Or
Something like
something.
that,
Yeah. That's like literally, that's just the adult version of that. But Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Like, there's just,
Like, who does that?
why? Would you do that?
At a root, like, men are just very greedy, also like very piggish people, I think. And also,
Yeah.
like, you can never settle.
But women cheat
Yeah.
too.
Women do cheat. It's 100% true. But I think we're just less likely to.
What did you teach Luke?
Cut his giant off.
You know what? You know what? God. We actually had a conversation, one of our conversations we had after we broke up, where he said, I now know that I'm not invincible. And I was like, oh, that just like really got me for some reason. And me like being the person that I am, I was like thinking about it a lot, like maybe overthinking it. But I was like, that's so true. Like he is such, he has so many superpowers. And at that point he knew there was things that could take him down, you know?
And what is that, you?
No.
You're what can take him down? Or infidelity?
No, yeah. I think
Lack of commitment?
there are yeah.
He probably thought he was
there
gonna
are
get away
things
with it.
that will get him in
Yeah.
life. And he now knows that he's not stronger than everything else in the world. He can't take on everything and beat everything because it's just impossible. Now he knows that he has weaknesses, you know, because he never thought he would do that. He never ever would have thought he would do that.
I wonder why then.
How'd you catch him?
He actually told me.
Really?
Yeah.
At least there's that.
Yeah, he's such an honest person. That's the thing.
They all are.
Yeah, they
are.
really are. And that's what I mean by like no judgment. Like they don't have any room to judge because they're just so honest.
How long did it take him to tell you?
He told me pretty quickly.
When you got back at him by getting with someone else, did you feel like satisfied? You're like, here's the karma. I got with somebody else. Or you're like, oh, that didn't do anything for me.
No, it was just distracting me.
Okay.
It was just
It never feels good. It never
It
does.
doesn't.
No.
It just feels like more to deal with.
Exactly.
You know? It's just like, okay, now I have this person that's like distracting, but I also kind of have to entertain them. And like I was just deflecting everything. I was just not putting the actual focus on myself. I didn't like myself at the time. I just felt so down. So I was like, I'm going to focus my energy on something else rather than like thinking about how shitty I feel all the time.
Did you feel unworthy? What was it? Like, what was the feeling? Is it, I mean, obviously your boyfriend cheats on you, it hurts, but is it like, I've never been in the situation, so I'm asking out of curiosity. Is it that you weren't good enough compared to the other person that he cheated with, even though I'm sure it was some ugly broad that he probably saw on tour or something stupid.
said-
Was she
Bro.
hot? Was she hot? You saw her. Was she hot?
I plead the fifth. I don't like judging women based off their looks.
Fair enough.
But
Did she have a good personality?
I met her very briefly one time before the incident. And then I actually talked to her after because I'm savage. I was gonna say, like, once you me over, it's just like devil horns. No, yeah, I actually spoke to her and she felt really bad. She was like crying on the phone.
She knew.
To be fair, it wasn't like a there was no like malintent. They were just both f***ed up and drunk and stupid. It was like it almost hurt worse because it was such a stupid, like, mindless thing, you know? It was like, there was no like, oh, I'm gonna hook up with this girl tonight.
It wasn't
just, like,
intentional.
it wasn't intentional at all. They were just drunk.
That being said, would you have rather never been told about it?
No. Because there's nothing worse than looking like an idiot and not knowing it. I've seen that happen to people before.
Yeah, and they talk. That house is like a little chatterbox.
Yeah. And I've seen that happen before where like a girlfriend doesn't, or not a girlfriend, someone that I know who is like through people, because I would probably tell my girlfriend. I don't know.
You have to.
You have to.
You feel like there's an obligation.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it with
Especially now after I've been through it, you know, I'm like, I would never, there's nothing worse than looking like an idiot and just having no idea and just having like full blind trust and blind faith in that person.
But knowing you now, knowing you better than I knew you previous,
Yeah.
you're a loyal person and loyalty matters to you. And some unintentional drunken hookup, even though he did cheat, doesn't seem like what you said. Like there was no malintent there, but still enough to end the relationship.
It's
or
the fact that he didn't respect me enough to see the signs and see what was happening. He didn't respect me, and he didn't think about me. And it's like, how could you not even think about me in that moment? It was just kind of like a testament to a lot of other parts of our relationship. I was like the person who was always like, we, let's get better. Let's do this. We should do this. And for him, he was in kind of like a rough spot and was kind of working on himself, but it was more like I and me. Like even when he told me, I said, how could you do this to us? And for you to not even think about me when you're doing that,
it's a lack. There's no partnership there.
there's no partnership. And that was like the biggest issue for me. That you just threw everything that we had for something so stupid.
For nothing, really.
For nothing.
Yeah.
And you didn't even think about me when you were doing it. There's no respect and no love, and you don't cherish me then. You don't appreciate me.
Looking back on it, though, was it now worth it? Now that you have these songs like Fair
Oh
Play?
my God, 100%. 100%. I am, like I said, I needed something really bad to happen for me to even leave that situation. And I'm such a happier person now, and I there's a lot more self-awareness, and I understand myself a lot more since that happened in my professional and personal life. So I've done so much growth since then. I'm just like really happy. I'm really happy how it happened, honestly. I needed to go through more to be able to write better songs. That's how it is.
And that is a rough cycle, but it is the truth.
It is the truth.
And when you're writing so personally and you're writing solely about yourself, you got to experience in order to get inspired.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Do you think this relationship is going to be one that sticks?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Not if Drake comes knocking.
True. No, I hope so. I mean, I go into relationships saying this is going to be the one because I don't like wasting time with people, you know? So
every relationship starts with this could be the one, or is.
yeah, but
Could
that's
or
how it
is.
should be. Like, if you're gonna get in a relationship with someone, it shouldn't be like, I'm just gonna do this casually right now just for fun.
I understand that.
If it was, I wouldn't be dating you. I'd be talking to you or just hooking up with you.
Yeah.
There's no point in me putting all that energy in.
When you're writing these songs, do you write them alone and then go into the studio, or do you go into a studio just like write with emotion or like sitting on notes? How do you enter?
I go in and sometimes I'll have a note down like, oh, I said this yesterday and this conversation about this thing and it was pretty cool. We could just tell this story. Or I have a conversation with somebody that I'm in with and just talk about that's going on in my life. They know all my darkest, deepest secrets.
Were you dating Luke when Jay was dating Ariana?
Yeah, when they had gotten back together,
that's
the
how-
second time
That's
Luke
how
and I
know
had just
her.
started dating.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you were like a little foursome.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Weird way to put it, but yeah.
So you guys had a foursome, is what we're saying.
No, we did not have a foursome. Denied. Yeah.
Well, Ariana moved on. She's doing well. You moved on. You're doing well.
Yeah.
Dan approves.
That's awesome.
What's the longest you've been single?
In my adult life,
Yeah.
2 months.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dan's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Dan's gone
But-
27 years without going on a single date.
I don't know.
Wait, a single date?
I don't do first dates. That's awkward. That's
you
a waste
joking?
of money.
He's never
That's
been
just
on
like,
one.
what's
Do
the
you sleep
point?
with women?
I mean, yes.
Oh, no. Okay, that just answered my question.
This is about you, not me. So
No, I'm interested now.
Yeah, I really want to know.
You're on the couch. I'm not on the couch.
I'm hooked.
I just. What's the point of going on a first date and spending the money and the awkwardness and the time? And I'm like,
It's not awkward.
It's not awkward. You don't find it fun? It's exciting.
there's nothing appealing about that to me.
Oh my
You've
God,
never even
what?
tried it.
Getting to know someone, asking
know-
all the questions. There's not going to be an awkward, like, well, maybe there will.
I can
but there
create
shouldn't
awkward
be an
moments.
awkward moment in that first date because you have so much to learn.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's just nothing about that
Wow.
sounds fun to me. Like, ooh, let's get dressed up or go to dinner or go do this. I'm like, no.
I guarantee you that will change once there's someone who, like, really sparks your interest, though.
Well, it's been 27 years, so I'm still waiting
Oh my
for that.
God.
And hopefully you'll find someone who wants to do the same thing you want to do. Like, doesn't want to go on a first date, but just
Yeah.
wants to hang out. You know what I mean?
Oh, but I don't
Do
know.
that.
When you're too similar like that, it's bad sometimes.
Yeah, but what do you want? Like, do you have
Yeah, what
a
do you
list
look
of
for? You're in the hot
wants?
seat now, bitch.
Tables
What do you
have
look for?
turned.
I don't know.
What, you have to know.
I'm not looking. So, like,
Wow.
I'm not looking.
But
Like,
if you were to look, if you were to like open up shop or like put out an advertisement or hang up things on telephone poles,
I wouldn't do that.
what would you what would you look for?
I wouldn't do that.
Wow.
I feel like when Dan's ready, he'll be ready. Right, Dan?
Maybe
Yeah.
I just have to wait for Miss Right to walk into my life.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he does no work. He
That's
just
good
waltzes
though.
in.
That's good though. Like you're good at being yourself.
Oh, I'm great at being by myself
That's
and being
so
myself.
good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like, don't you
I'm
ever
really
wish you could
happy
ever
for you.
kind of do that?
Yeah, I mean, well, when I was shooting the show, I lived in New Orleans for 6 months by myself. And that was like, at first I was really scared and sad. And like, I was 18. I'd never lived by myself before, like completely by myself. Because I always had like a roommate or I lived with my family, I lived with my boyfriend. So like, living completely by myself in a whole new place was really scary for the first month. And then after the first month, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I really do love being by myself. Like
not
I
bad.
love being by myself. It's not scary to me. I just like having a partner in life better. It's just more fun.
Yeah, cheaper rent.
And there's cheaper rent.
That's
We
it.
live in LA. Okay?
On that note,
That's why I do it.
Kiana Ledé. Kiana Ledé.
There it is.
Is that an elder name?
Kiana
Kilana.
Ledé.
Kilana.
Is Ledé real?
Yeah, it's my middle name.
Where are you from? What's your heritage? I know you're from Phoenix, but like,
Ledé, honestly, I don't know what that is. My dad saw some girl on the boat in the Navy when he was with my mom and said Ledé is a great name.
it is. It's nice, and there's an accent over that E.
I know, it sounds like so
Cultured.
fancy. Yeah, but I'm from Phoenix. My background, my dad is half black, half white. I guess it doesn't really make sense 'cause he's white, black, and Native American.
Oh, wow.
And then my mom is Native American, Mexican, and Swedish, which
Wow.
is still white, but like her grandma is like my grandma is full Swedish.
Dude,
Dope.
they made a beautiful person.
Thank you.
They did a good job.
Thanks.
Congratulations to those two.
Thanks.
On that note, you got to listen to Selfless. It is the EP. It is out now. It's really great, and you gave us a lot of great insight into it. So I thank you for that. And I thank you for being so open and honest.
Thank you for having me and allowing me to be myself and talk about because I feel like it connects people more to the music too. Once they understand where it's coming from, they can relate to it more.
Want it. We don't live in a world where you can have this total like lack of connection with the artist who creates the art that you dedicate your time and life to. You know what I mean? Like, I think music is very personal, and they want to know that those songs are coming from an authentic source, and that the stories being told have some root of truth to them. It just it matters today.
Yeah.
So I thank you for being as open and honest as humanly possible. So it's really great, and also very pleasantly surprised to see you. Very, very happy. Selfless is the EP.
Selfless.
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
You.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere. So click them. Thanks for watching.